What's up? What's up? Hey, Andrew, Jacob, how you doing? Yeah, just let me know if you can hear me. Just setting up and using a different mic today, so just so I can jump between things. But yeah, I hope it works. I hope it works. So Andrew and Jacob are in here. Trying to get myself sorted. Do that later. Okay, cool. Oh, Alex is here too. Awesome. Yo guys. Hey guys, hope you guys are doing well. Yeah, Andrew. It is not easy. But once you get it, it gets a lot easier, you know. So there's hope in the future, for sure. So I won't be able to do a live call next week, just because at the same time that we're doing the call, I'm actually flying to New York, so I won't be able to do the live call. So today we'll be spending a little bit more time. Got the permission from my wife. I can spend a little bit more time with you guys here today, so that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Just looking for something to clean my glasses. Hey Mohammed, Andrew, Alex, and Jacob. How you guys doing? Anastasia is also here. What's up? So yeah, we'll just hang out. Like any questions that you guys have, throw them in, and yeah, we'll treat it like a paid mentoring course, but not really, just hanging out. And then if there's very few questions, then what I'll be doing is probably just working. I'll be sending. I have a few things that I need to do this morning as well. So if there's not that many questions, then I will be doing that alongside you guys. So yeah, it should be fun. Should be good. Eason is here. Anasta, hello. Thanks for joining me. So yeah, let's do this. All right. Oh, so Jacob is saying website's almost finished. Yeah, cool. Yeah, no worries, Jacob. I'm looking forward to it, man. Always love going through website reviews. Sometimes they are cumbersome. Like there's quite a lot to do, but yeah, we'll get there. Fedor is also here. Hey, what's going on? You're doing well? I don't have any questions. I'm gonna do my hands. Yeah, of course. Mohammed, can you talk about some psychological hacks? What do you mean by that, Mohammed? Like, you mean for advertising? Like, yeah, there's a few different ones that you can utilize. Honestly, it's quite a few. Let me try to open up something. Let's go here. So psychological. So Mohammed, just really quickly, there's a few, like, right. So when doing advertising, the easiest one to use, right, is the art of, not the art, but it's like using open loops, right? Open loops to go about and kind of trick people into jumping onto your ad, or spending more time with your ad, right? So let me show you what I mean by that, and it's pretty simple. It's pretty much the concept is called open loops. Okay, so what we're doing is, by creating an open loop, we are pretty much, as the name suggests, think of it like a circle, right? But then once you open, like, if there's something that's unfinished about this circle, human psychology tells us that we as people, we want to actually figure out what's the missing link. Why is it not complete? Blah, blah, blah. Why is it weird? So Mohammed, the most important thing is using these open loops. And let me share my screen real quick. I'll jump straight onto my screen share, and I want to show you the greatest moments in sports history. So pretty much, right? And I recently did a video on this that will be uploaded next week. But it's pretty much the idea that of like thumbnails and using open loops. So for example here, right, YouTube is the best place to really get an idea of your open, like best thumbnails, best images, all that kinds of stuff. Because if we have a look on this page right here, greatest moments on sports history, there are two videos that are, 1 year ago, 3 years, three videos that are 1 year ago, right? And they all really kind of just draw our attention to a certain thing. So for example, an open loop is like I said, an unfinished story or an unfinished chain of events that makes us curious to figure out what it is that is missing. All right. So, for example, these thumbnails right here, we're talking about, memorable moments in sports history or greatest moments in sports history. Now, what I want to draw your attention to is that on these thumbnails right here, they have some, like key points of attraction. So there's always one focus, right? So for example, in the first one, it's oh god, I can't even remember this guy's name. My brothers are gonna kill me. But it's this football player, right? The second one's Rafael Nadal, right? And then so they're the main focuses, but what they're using is utilizing these circles and also these arrows to direct us and to direct our eyes to a certain other point of the thumbnail, right? So it's pretty much creating a story. It's like, Rafael Nadal is in this image, and this arrow is pointing at this woman who's like good looking, right? So right? So in the thumbnail, it's like, well, what is he thinking, kind of thing. That's the open loop, right? So the purpose of this open loop is literally just to get people to take a second to look at it and actually look at what the video is about, right? Now, if the video is somewhat interesting, then we'll look at the headline, right? And then if the headline is somewhat congruent to what we expect, then, or still, this open loop still hasn't been solved, then we're actually going to go on to the actual ad copy, right? And then we're going to read the ad copy. And if there's a little bit of curiosity or there's a little bit of interest from the consumer, you're going to see your click-through rates skyrocket, right? So this is an amazing place that you can go. And I'll go into more detail. Like I did the whole video about it on YouTube. So you'll be able to get all of that for sure. As soon as, I think it'll be probably Thursday Central Standard Time. You'll be able to get it. Bilal Ibrahim, yeah, I'm more than happy to review your store. Just send me the DM. I'll open it up on screen and then we can hang out and do it together. So Mohammed, I hope that helps you. I think that's the most important thing for like psychological hacks, right? Using human psychology to kind of improve our success rate when running ads. What is going on here? Okay. All right, guys. So make sure you, as you jump in, make sure you hit that like button. Just because I want to make sure that the likes continue to go up, so we can get more people here. As you guys know, I pretty much want to just kind of clear the air in the whole dropshipping e-commerce industry. There's a lot of information out there, and often at times, if you're getting started, it's very difficult to know what is right and what's wrong. Right, so what I'm doing is sharing my experiences, how I do it, and just for background, I'm involved in five different businesses, one based in Australia, and yeah, we're all like, each one is hitting 100K months and 7 figures per year, and continuously looking to grow. So yeah, make sure you hit that like button so we can get this message out to as many people as possible. Yeah, Belal Ibrahim, just make sure you throw your URL in the chat box, and then yeah, we'll open it up and have some fun. Okay, Cassandra, thanks for joining in. I hope you're doing well as well. I'm doing well. It's a good Saturday morning, and yeah, having coffee, so it's great. So Wes, if your Facebook ad account Facebook account gets banned. Is that your personal account, Wes, or are you talking about your ad account? Because there's different levels of restriction when it comes to Facebook. Um, what he's asking is, do you have to make a new account or do you have to recreate your business page as well? So again, it depends on like what level of restriction you've gotten. But if your ad account has been restricted, then you're fine. You can still share your business page to other ad accounts and continue to run ads. If your Facebook advertising access has been restricted or removed or revoked, sorry, then what's going to happen is you still can share your page. You don't have to create your new page, but you're going to have to share it to another user who can run ads for you. So hope that makes sense. But yeah, Wes, if you can give me some information about like who your ad account on personal. So your ad account, if it's just your ad account, yeah, you're fine. Don't worry too much about it. You can just create a new ad account. Obviously take it very slowly. Don't run like ads straight away. All of this kind of stuff, and yeah, you should be fine. You don't have to recreate new pages, nothing like that. So people are DMing me on Instagram. So yeah, let me go get my DMs, and then I'll see what you guys are sending me. 12 requests. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, no, Cassandra, don't worry. Don't apologize at all. It's fine. All good. All good. No problem. Okay, so let's go through these questions. There's a few more. So Alex is obviously doing product research again, using Big Spy because it's the cheapest. There are so many junk ads, and 20 queries a day are quite limiting for each click that counts as a query. Do you have any suggestions towards something more effective? Alex, why don't you just pay for it? It's very cheap. It's very, very cheap. It's nothing to nothing to lose sleep over. So I just pay for it, especially when you compare it to like something like AdSpy, which is 150 a month or 250 a month, I think it was, which is crazy. So yeah, Alex, I would say yeah, I still continue to use Big Spy today. Um, Especially when you're like when at your stage when you're trying to look for your that one product, right? These ad spying software is probably your best bet. I can give you other tactics later, but only once you're in a certain niche, then we can dive into how you can find new audiences and new products. Um, Eason. I was wondering when starting out, should I do Instagram theme pages or influencers or Facebook ads? I have $750 to start a store. I know how to video edit, Photoshop, and code. The money is for ads. Yeah, so Ethan, I've never had great results with Instagram influencers, right? I use them, I kind of changed the tactic with influencers. We use it as a way of just getting eyeballs on the brand. You know, it's nothing crazy. So I would always recommend Facebook ads because it's just, the biggest platform in terms of where everyone is, right? And you can really use some marketing tricks, not marketing tricks, but like good marketing to get them across the line and get them onto your page. So yeah. I would recommend Facebook, but 750 is very, very it's not a lot of money for Facebook ads, at least for when you're trying to get in started with this business. I would actually recommend, anywhere to 1,500 plus. It's hard because right now, even with Facebook, the attributions are all off. So you're going to face some issues as well, and that's why the budget is higher, because there's potential for data just not being seen. So yeah, definitely Facebook ads though. Izaru, yeah, yeah, no worries. I can review your store, for sure. If you want to send it through to in here or Instagram DM, I'll pull it up on screen, and yeah, we'll do the review together. But just understand it is public, so that's something to be worried, or not to be worried, but just to you know just to keep in mind. So yeah, Izara, at any point if you want to send it through to me, yeah, I'll do that. Um, yeah, Ethan again, like domain is like what, $12 a year. It's really not anything to uh to worry about, in my opinion. Shopify apps, most of it, you don't need all of them at the beginning. I made a video on this. If you just go straight onto Vitals, right? Vitals app, it's a great way of just getting pretty much all the apps that you need to get started without paying for too much, right? So Ibrahim, still waiting for your product, your webpage. Um, Andrew, which countries did you mention that I should target when launching? Andrew, I told you that you should be launching in the countries that you can sell to or ship to reliably. So, right now, I think going into the UK is a little bit of a risky move just because of the forced VAT tax on every single order, or in every single international seller. So, the UK we're kind of moving out from until we get a physical presence there. But until, so I would recommend that for you as well. But yeah, US, Canada, New Zealand, Australia, they're all fine. Canada has a higher duties and a lower duties threshold. So you might expect some customers having to pay tax on their purchases, which they might not be too happy about. So just be mindful of that. Um, okay. Ibrahim, can you is it the Safe Patch official on Instagram? Could you let me know, and then I will yeah, no, sorry, I'm sorry, man. I'm not gonna be able to look. I'm here for everyone, not just for one person, right? So I can keep it private in terms of like giving you general feedback, but I would prefer, for the benefit of everyone here, that I would show it on screen. Um, but if that's not the case, then that's okay. I can do a quick general rundown, but I'm not gonna spend too much time on it. Um, yeah, because I want to make sure that everyone here, I value everyone's time, so I want to make sure that they all get value, rather than just yourself. I think that's unfair. Okay, let's keep going. Mohammed, do you use multi-login? um, I'm not sure what you mean by multi-login. Maybe if you could clarify that, I can give you some feedback on it. But yeah, I'm not sure. I use yeah, I'm not sure. Multi-login. Cassandra, can I use Oberlo and get the product to fulfill from AliExpress for testing at the beginning? The supplier said shipping time is 15 to 20 days. It's US, but I see it on AliExpress. Yeah, look, it's not ideal. Look, I do say that you can validate a product through AliExpress, right? Without having to jump onto agents and ordering like, minimum order quantities and all that kinds of stuff. But AliExpress makes it a very difficult game because your customers are going to be upset. They're having for them to have to wait 4 weeks, 4 to 5 weeks. It's a long time. So there's a high chance of chargebacks, high chance of refunds, high chance of just people being upset. So just be mindful of that. I would actually recommend, Cassandra, like someone in the private group, there's he's had some success with like CJ dropshipping. So he's been doing well with them. So maybe have a look at that. Yeah, but I would recommend probably looking into these other entities. Um, so yeah. Oh, okay. It's alright. No worries. I'll do the general review. Just give me one moment. Wes. Yeah, so look, Wes is asking about TikTok and if there's a high conversion rate. In all honesty, we don't see a high conversion rate. So I guess it depends on like the messaging and the way that we do the marketing. I'm a little bit more of a like um I'm not on TikTok ever. All right, so I don't really know what's trending and all that kinds of stuff. So I think what we're doing, to relaunch on TikTok is actually to figure out what's trending, right? Create the ads related, like, so that it fits that trend, right? And then put it on Instagram, on TikTok, and then seeing if that works better. I think that's a better play, rather than what we did prior. And hey, Andrew, can you do me a favor? Can you throw this link to this live call in the private group? I just want to get as many people in the private group over here, just hanging out, and so they know that there's a YouTube channel that I do, and yeah, get their questions answered as well. Andrew, I'm asking you because I know you're good with this tech stuff, so please let me know. Let me know when you do it. I mean. Okay. Yeah, Cassandra, look, at the beginning, it's not like, your brand isn't built. It's not really there right now. So the thing about the internet is like, people can, you know, you can just create random brands and just test out the waters. If it doesn't work out that great, you can just close the store, you know? You don't have to worry too much. I know it's a little bit of a worry at the beginning, right? But, I'm telling you honestly, after being, in the e-commerce game for a while, no one really cares. If you make sales, great. If you don't, whatever. It's fine. You just move on. Ibrahim, I still don't know where you sent it. Could you let me know where you sent it to me, and then I'll try to get it open. Um, thanks, Andrew. If you could, yeah, just let me know. Okay, Izaru. Um, Izaru is. Thank you, Andrew. I appreciate you, man. Um, just too many things open at the same time. I'd do it myself otherwise, but yeah. But thank you. Yeah. Okay, so the SS patch. Let me have a look. So right from the beginning, Isaru, there's a lot of I feel like there's a lot of like pop-ups, right? Like with your call to actions, they all pop up, and they're kind of you know kind of intrusive, to be honest. Maybe make them like less subtle. I mean, make them more subtle. Sorry, and in terms of I don't know about the product, like whether or not that actually works. Um, but I'll have a look at like just the general gist of it. Let me move it onto my main screen so I can get an idea of what's working here. So is this your main product page, or what is it? Okay, there we go. So you're using your main product page as a way of um, converting people, but oh yeah, no, you've got your product page here too. Mm. Yeah, overall, like it looks pretty nice. There are some issues in terms of like scaling, like image scaling. I mean, like there's this one image that looks kind of whacked. The kids with the thumbs up on the web, on desktop. I mean, so maybe check that. But on mobile, it looks great. I think the colors are awesome. You're using the high contrasting call to action buttons, which is awesome too. It's definitely. I wouldn't be able to tell if this was a um, like a drop shipping store, just off from what I've seen. So yeah, I think it's great in terms of what you've done already. Um, but let's see. What else? Let me take it off mobile so I can see it more. You've got upsells as well, which is great. I would actually recommend you take off. So when you press like buy two, buy three, buy four, that actually takes you directly to cart. I would actually take that off. That gives people a reason to jump off the site, because you're kind of like forcing the them going to cart abruptly, right? So I would say that's probably not a good idea. Um, for your main product image, I would have to recommend you. It's a cute photo, in terms of like, the kid and everything, but you want to show your product being used in the ideal scenario, right? So like outdoors or all that kinds of stuff. You've done a great job on the overall like page, right? I would put more emphasis on the product images right at the get go, because we've just recently redone a lot of our store websites, and we found from Lucky Orange, like a lot of people stick on there. They don't really look at the text as much. Um, so yeah, overall, not a bad job. Lots of text and stuff, but not bad, not bad. It's definitely one of the better ones I've seen for sure. So yeah, I hope you got some value out of that. It's not bad. There are some things to work on though. Da, 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 da. Okay, okay. So yeah, right start factory. So I just wanted to say thank you for being here and sorry about your Facebook account. Um, without knowing why, I want to transfer my page to another account to do ads. How can I do it, please? Yeah. So look, it's. I guess it depends. Like, can you still? I assume that you're talking about your ad. Your ability to run ads has been restricted, right? So probably you don't need to transfer your page, because one of my actual personal ad account, sorry, my personal advertising rights also have been revoked, right? So I use my wife's account to do all the ads for all of our businesses, and you don't need to transfer the pages. Um, yeah, it's Iru. And then you can just go back to the time of where we've done the review. So you can just make sure that you've done all of those things, okay? So you just keep watching back and all that kinds of stuff. So um, yeah, so Right Start Factory. Look, you don't have to transfer your page across. Just share access to your page to another ad account, and you'll be able to run advertising that way. Generally, if you guys have seen my Facebook preparation video, that 1 hour long video, I do recommend that you guys have some sort of like legal documentation from your local tax office, like whether if you're in the US, it's like a EIN. Um, if you're doing a sole proprietor or whatever, it's just important because right now Facebook is on the verge of they they're very trigger happy, right? So they're banning a lot of ad accounts. They're banning a lot of this stuff. So yeah, it's you need that for verification. Alex, yeah, man, appreciate you for being here. I'm gonna answer your question in just a second. Hopefully you can rewatch it, and yeah, we'll chat in the DMs as well. So have a good day at work, bro. Okay. So yeah, okay, who's next? Who's next? Theo, what can we do to protect ourselves in the event that someone misuses the product? Do we print something on the website or product? Yeah, so like if I any kind of product packaging, right? I'm just trying to see if there's any packaging around me. um, there are cautions, words of caution, right? So, even on the pamphlet, all of that kinds of stuff, it's you need to be very um, honest about not using it in a certain way if you are aware that it's going to cause some kind of harm. So just be mindful of that, and just be all you can do is just be as transparent as possible. So on all of your product packaging, on your inserts, on your website, you should make it very, very clear, just in case they misuse it, they get hurt or whatever, and then they come back to you. You want to make sure that you have that protection in place. Okay, so just make sure you do that. um, Easton, let me just tell you, like, Bia Heza is a great guy. I love his content. But in all honesty, it is difficult, and he is a master of marketing, right? Like, he knows what works and all that kinds of stuff. So, yeah, look, I'm not saying it can't work in terms of theme pages, but I'm just saying from my personal experience, and I feel like I know a lot about marketing as well. It just hasn't been doing that great for me as well. So, definitely you can give it a go, but just take it with a grain of salt. That's all I'm saying. Um, Yeah, Zendrop. So I heard Zendrop is good too, but you know, Aaron, I don't know. I haven't actually used Zendrop itself. Have you used it? And have you found that it to be useful? And then, guys, I'm just gonna quickly plug again. Just make sure you hit that like and subscribe button so we can continue to grow this channel together. We want to make sure that there's a lot of good information out there about dropshipping, and I want to be available for you guys. On Saturdays, usually in the mornings. I'm just working, so I may as well just be working and hanging out with you guys, trying to help you guys out. So make sure you hit that like button so we can get this video out to as many people as possible, and really appreciate it, first of all. But yeah, and if you guys aren't subscribed already, please subscribe. But yeah, okay, let's continue on. Yeah, Udroppy, there's Udroppy, CJ dropshipping, BJ dropshipping. There's a ton, man. So, it's just a matter of which one you want to test, and go ahead and give it a go. But it's entirely up to you guys. They all work. Some are better than others. But I've been out of the, you know, I only use one agent right now for like my drop shipping, my new products. Um, yeah, I don't really rely too much on these other guys though. Okay, where are we up to? Dan, yeah, Amazon FBA is an amazing option for FBA. I mean, sorry, for 3PL. The only issue is that there's a limitation of how many inventory units you can send to them, right? So, for example, I think our store we've got limited to 2,000 units, and like for us, like we order 5,000 to 6,000 units at a time for one of our stores, and that's an issue, right? That's a big issue for us. So in saying that, FBA is so cheap, right? Because you're using the Amazon fulfillment network, and you can get rates for like disgustingly low. It's amazing. So one of the main reasons that my wife and I are looking to relocate to the US permanently is so that we can pretty much save about 100 grand per year, and that's through moving our 3PL out of using our 3PL, using our inventory in our own warehousing, right? So we're intending to get a home, and we'll have just all the pallets there. We just intend to get a bigger garage, right? Have all the pallets there. Amazon will pick it up for us, and then we're going to deliver it to our customers, faster, as well as in a trusted box, as well as so it'll protect our packaging, and then finally it'll reduce it down our costs by about 35%. So overall, at the span of a year, that ends up being about 100 grand for us. So I would much rather put that back into our pockets rather than spend it and use it as a tax write-off. So Dan, definitely it's a great FBA is a great way of doing a 3PL, but I would recommend you actually have a 3PL that has like the room, or use your own storage to store your inventory, and then ship it to FBA, because you're balancing not only FBA sales but also your own Shopify store sales. So just be mindful of that. So yeah. Um, so it's funny, like this YouTube gaming thing is funny because like we at the beginning when we first did these lives, I think we only had about 10 people on, and it was really fun. But now we've got like 30. So I'm just looking forward to the time where we have like hundreds. Um, so it'll be fun, and just thank you guys honestly just for supporting and for being here. Um, so Mohammed, yeah, I can, yeah, for sure. So product descriptions. So one quick thing about product descriptions is that honestly, um, it's not that difficult, I would say. And the reason why I say it's not that difficult is, even though you're not like a great copywriter, there are businesses out there that are spending thousands of dollars on copywriters. So you can essentially, kind of emulate what they are doing. So let me give you an example of some like a good product description that you guys can actually use today. And Andrew and the guys in the group will know this brand for sure. But let me just open this one up, and let me also open up some uh, just some lo-fi music, so I'm not just sitting in the quiet. Give me a second. Okay, there we go. All right. So we're talking about product descriptions, right? So Mohammed, what I want you to look at is there's a few segments here, and look, if you have a look here, like product description, honestly, there's not that much in terms of like um, there's not that much detail here. The biggest points of detail are actually, and can I mark up my screen? Yeah, maybe I can. Yeah, cool. I can. So, for example, the biggest points of contact that you need to be focusing on, rather than just the product description, right? And this is honestly based off you know all of the data that our stores can like get. So the most important one is right here, right? Your product carousel. These things right here are so important. A lot of customers can make a decision whether or not to buy your product from right here. So that's why your product images are so important. And when people come to me and they ask, hey, why is my store not converting? And I have a look at their product images to begin with. If they're using supplier images, or images that from China, it's bad. It's bad because it gives a very, very bad vibe for the customer as soon as they jump onto the page. So first of all, like always make sure your product images are great. And then also another thing that in the product images that you need to be doing is you need to have these images on the white background, right? Just to show the just pure ecom kind of images, and show it in different angles, right? So this is like without the lid on, and this is the consistency of it. That's what they're showing right here. This is the color, because a lot of women, when they're testing skin tone and all that kinds of stuff, they're testing makeup, they actually put it on their own arm, right, or the back of their hands. And I know that because we sell beauty products back in Australia. So this is just great, right? The other things that they're going to be doing is using happy customers in the product image section, right? So they have happy customers here, all using the image and looking really, really good, right? They're all looking really happy. They're obviously older, but they're very happy, and they look beautiful, right? So if you continue going through, showing their product in the intended use, right? So like, how it looks when applied, then showing different angles of the product, like how does it come packaged, all this kinds of stuff, right? Like another bag image right here, and then an image, a video, right? So I would say that this is the most important part, honestly, Mohammed, about product or like landing pages, right? The other thing is the headlines. So the headlines are the next important part. This part here, because a lot of times when customers jump onto your website, they're looking at what benefit does this brand give to me, and how quickly can I get that information. So they're going to quickly scan this web page. They're not going to read this kind of stuff here. They're honestly not going to read it. They're going to read the headlines, because this is all scannable, right? All of these things are very scannable pieces of information that's easy to digest, right? So the reason why I'm talking about overall product page design is because honestly, I don't think the description is that important. Only it is important, but it's not the most important. The most important is first getting your customer to actually read your product descriptions. Okay, so that's why I'm focusing on the images, the videos, and the headlines, right? Because these are very easy to digest. They're very easy to get really quickly. Okay, so that's the most important part. Second most important part, sorry. And then so if we're looking at product description, generally I just focus on this one right here, and all you have to do is you need to give your customers as much information as possible, right? Like, why should they be interested? And generally your product description, right, kind of flows on from your headline. So the one up here is just it's simple, safe cosmetics and skincare that allow your natural beauty to shine through. Like, you're trying to like make your customers feel like they need it. Try to describe to them, for example, if I was selling you a course, right? Mohammed, I would say, Mohammed, I know that you're at a certain point, right? I know that you might be struggling and all these kinds of things, but what would it mean to you if you could have someone like myself who is in the trenches every single day? We're running advertising every single day. We're making thousands of dollars on our stores every single day. What would it mean to you if I would be able to help you? That's what I'm going to be doing in this course and in this YouTube channel and all this kinds of stuff, right? So it's always about meeting the customer where they're at in the product description, right? And then also guiding them along to where they want to be, right? So these guys here, allow your natural beauty to shine through, right? That's the crazy thing. It's it's awesome. Then here the headline, right, is talking about how easy, how convenient it is to only have 3 sticks, right? So obviously the product description after that is going to be multitasking. It's going to be 3 little sticks in your boom bag, very quickly, blah blah blah. Next one is easily works with every woman's skin tone, right? And I'm not going to give you a formula for this because honestly there's not a formula. It's just about that what I said before about how you take your customer to their intended point. That's honestly the formula, right? And you can do it in the shortest amount of words as possible. So here we go. So no need to choose a color. They're talking about convenience here. It works for every kind of skin tone, right? From porcelain to chocolate and every gorgeous skin color in between, right? So it's just very, very simple, very easy to see, and then that's it, right? Like that's honestly the most important parts of the a product page and product description, in all honesty. So yeah, I hope that helps you. Hope that helps all of you guys actually. Igneous. Yeah, Igneous, are you happy for me to share it publicly, or would you like me to keep it private? Just because I wanna make sure that the other 30 also people here are also getting value. So let me know. Um, but I'll just continue going through the questions until I get a response from you. Right, Start Factory. Yeah, I hope that helps you, honestly. What is CJ dropshipping and should I use it to start off instead of AliExpress? Is it worth it? Well, honestly, there's very little risk to you. CJ dropshipping, there's not much of a cost to get started. They're pretty much just a sourcing agent. They help you to source the product, and they pretty much promise you to, you're gonna get your products to your customers a lot quicker. So it is an alternative to AliExpress, right? But there's no risk to it, I would say. Um, oh, okay. Yeah, Ibrahim, let me know what your Instagram name is. I just can't see you. So let me know. Okay. So who else? Ben. Oh, Ben, how you doing? So yeah, 3PLs. Um, it depends. It depends on which one you want to use, right? Like I use a company called James and James, but I've been having a lot of issues with them in terms of like they've been charging me additional fees for factories that I don't even use. It's ridiculous. Yeah, Asen, I hope you have a good day, man. Thanks for joining in. Um, but yeah, other 3PLs, there's ShipBob. They've recently opened up their warehouse in Australia and the UK, so that's good. Um, Now, there's also like Ships a Lot, which is great as well. They're in the US, and yeah. Okay, cool. All right, so Ibrahim has sent me his IG. Fleck. Let me see if I can find you, because I can't see you here. Are you sure you sent it to me? Because I'm having a look at my DMs on Instagram and I cannot see you. Yeah, not sure. Can't see you at all. Maybe Ibrahim, can you send it to me again? Ugnius, yeah, sure. I'll bring it up live for everyone. Let's see what you got. Uh, where are you? How do you? Why can't I find you? Ah, there you are. Gotcha. What's your opinion about my landing page? Okay. Hey, Alex. Alex, how are you doing? For those of you guys that are joining in, just welcome in. We're just hanging out and yeah, just having some fun. Oh my, yeah. I remember this product. Okay. All right. Let me change the screen. All right. So this is one of our friends' accounts. Oh, sorry, the product page. Let's have a look. Okay. So Igneous, remember how I told you about like them customers spending a lot of time on the carousel, right? So you want to be showing it in its intended use and also having happy customers, right? Happy people using the product in real life situations, right? How would people actually use this? Like, would office users use it? Would gamers use it? Who would using this? You need to show them. So in your product images, yeah, you have the product images on the white backgrounds, but you're not showing people how it's used. You're not really giving them any kind of like aspirational elements in your image and your product thing here. Okay, let's have a look. Let me zoom out a little bit. Like this is very difficult to see. No risk, money back guarantee. And you took it out of the Boom by Cindy Joseph, I think. But see how there's bold. It's nicely spaced. So I would recommend you probably space this out, bold it out, and yeah. Also the buy it now, yeah, it's not bad because it really kind of pops out at you, which is good. Okay, our customer testimonial. I would get rid of this, and let me just get my pen. Yeah, let's get rid of this. You don't need that. You can just have like quotation marks, right? Like this, right? And then also have an image of Thomas, right? So make sure you have an image of the guy being happy, right? Have something there. Now again, this part here, remember how I said people are looking to scan, right? So let's just do this as an experiment, right? Let's just scan together. Let's just try to read as much information as possible, right? Now this part right here is enough to get people off the page, right? Because it's like, honestly, when people come in, it's like, whoa, it's too much. I don't want to look at this. So people will jump off, right? So what you would do is you can have this information for sure, but remember, I would like see how you got these things here, these headlines and these icons, right? You want to have that up higher. You don't want to what this is it's in the product description right now. So I would actually take it out of the product description. You've already used some kind of page builder to do to create the page. So why put your product description images here? You should be creating it in your page builder, and because this is just a huge turn off, right? Now this is better, right? No more wires, made for everyday use. But again, made for everyday use is very generic. You need to be looking at who is using who is using the product, right? Let's have a quick look at your videos real quick. Yeah. So these are just created, digitally. I would actually recommend like just take your phone, man, and like just go out and like just film. Get someone to film you. Just your phone battery running out, all this kinds of stuff, and then just putting this back on, and then you being able to presume with your own, on your life, right? So no more wires. Yep, not a bad idea. But yeah, this one again, it's very very generic. let's forget the cables. Make your battery infinite. Charge in any place. Yeah, like these icons are better. Like I'll move that all the way up to the top and replace this. Congruity. Huh. Congruity is a you gotta understand, most of the people in the United States, they just as an average, right? They can't read above a fifth grade level, I believe. So you just have to make your product page very simple, right? So congruity is a very, honestly, a hard word. So maybe make it a little bit easier, like what phones can you use it with, or something a bit shorter, but something a bit more, you know. This is not bad, but again, it's a lot of text. But I guess it's only relevant for those that are really kind of considering the product. Again, it's the product choice that also has a play in this. It's very, like, the page itself is very cold. It's just black and white, right? Very little about human touch. There's no people smiling, right? There's none of this kind of stuff on there. So, and it's just being black and white. It is, it can work, but, you know, it's not the greatest use of your time. Also, I would kind of recommend you get a sticky add to cart that follows you around at the bottom. That's recommended. Yeah, Ibrahim, I cannot find you, man. For the life of me, I cannot find you. Maybe I'll DM you. So strange. It's Josh_back. I don't know if you got it wrong, or if I'm not sure. Maybe it's my fault. I don't know. But yeah, Ugnius, this is what I would say. Like that's the feedback. Feedback hasn't changed much from last time I reviewed it. But yeah, have to make it very warm. Honestly, it's still very cold. Steven, yeah, for sure. You can send me your product page. I'll be reviewing it live though for everyone here, so they can get some information and get some value out of it. Oh, Violet, how are you doing? Hope you guys are doing. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining in. Okay, so let's go back and. Yeah. So Cassandra, I always recommend Billo, and I'll send you guys the link right now, and because these guys are just amazing. Honestly, it's honestly amazing what they do. I've used their service, consistently, right? And they just continuously just smash it out of the park. So I will send you a link right now. And I'll put it in the comment section right now. There you go. So that's for Billo. And then if you use code JoshBack, you get 15% off. Okay? So make sure you get that. So I think it's only $59 for a video, which is so cheap. And you get 15% off. So it ends up being like $40 something, which is disgustingly cheap. So yes, yeah. Steven Zipkin, best way to find mass appeal products. Best way to find mass appeal products. I use AdSpy. I look at videos on YouTube to look at what's trending. But then I always make sure I do a better job than the other people that doing advertising. Yeah, Andrew, that's amazing, dude. I recently got 3 videos and it's converting so well. Converting so well. Yeah, thanks, Andrew. Well, I hope you enjoyed the discount and you use that for your, getting coffee or food or whatever. It's, everyone wants to save money, so why not? I got you guys a discount, so. Yeah, Ibrahim, for some reason I cannot find you. Steven, where did you send it to me? Can you just let me know? because for some reason I'm not getting DMs. Oh, okay, got it. Ibrahim, I found it. I just needed to upload, update the whatchamacallit, Instagram. All right. So let's jump on to Ibrahim's. Vishav, I hope you're doing well, man. Nice to have you here. Thanks for joining in. So we're gonna do a quick review of Ibrahim's store. So this is just the first look. Oh yeah, okay. A lot of work to be done here. Let's have a look at the product page because you're probably just gonna send it there. Okay. So I'll start with what you've done well, right? And then we'll go into the things that you need to improve. To be honest, Cassandra, yes, you do have to send your product to them. Here we go. Okay, so I'm just reviewing it. The things that I think that you've done well, right? This one here. Let's have a look. Close. Let's have a look at your product images. That one maybe. Yeah, that one's not bad. So I'll do a quick tick on that one. And tick on that one. I don't know if you've then you can just let me know, but I feel like a lot of these images are just taken straight from the supplier. It looks like it's a product listing on Alibaba or AliExpress. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like that's what it is. Let me zoom it in so you guys can see it better on the web. Okay, now let's go through the things that I think you need to improve. Okay, first of all, if you're selling to people internationally, right? You can't just have one size. You need to understand that's the imperial system and also the metric system. I don't even know if that's the right wording, but there's pounds and kilos, right? So you need to make sure that you have a slash and then show them what it is in pounds, because 36 kilos makes sense to me, right? But it does not make sense to people in the United States, for example. The add to cart button, this needs to be highly contrasted to the other colors on your page. So for example, oops, that was a mistake. For example, if I go back to Boom by Cindy Joseph, right? See how the add to cart button is so highly contrasted in pink, right? Also use a drop-down shadow. A drop-down shadow actually improves its conversion rate. That's what we're doing on our stores now. In terms of the buy more, save more, this thing right here, I think people aren't really going to see it as that much like value. Like visually you can't see it, right? So I think a lot of people will just scan straight past this. Also with the carousel, make sure you have different images here. Don't just have different product images, right? Have the different like a woman using it for the glute workout, or an older lady using it, or an older man using it, well, whoever your target audience is, right? Make sure you go about and you show the product image used by the intended audience, as well as in different scenarios. So for example, you can work out at home, you can work out at the park, you can work out at the gym, you can work out in your office, you can work out wherever, right? Like, so you need to be having those kinds of images on there as well to show people that, okay, there are all these potentials that you can, there are all these potential places that I can use this, and it's going to be value for money. In terms of this, this is very stock standard, and I think a lot of people are getting used to it. So I always recommend, if you're going to use some sort of trust badges, to try to brand it in some way. Use it in like try to change the colors, try to get a custom design for these. For all of our trust badges, my designer custom designs all of our trust badges. It's just guaranteed. Like, we need to do it that way. But just because if I go to Google, if I go trust badges and I go images here, right? There are all these images that people use and they continuously try to use, right? So I'd recommend you at least kind of differentiate in some way. Now, if I go back, remember, Bilal, I'm always talking about how scannable is your website, right? So let's just quickly scan it, right? So if I just automatically, let's just do this. Let me close this, and let's just go down the page. Now, customers only have a attention span of about 3 to 5 seconds, right? So let's just count it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're finished here, right? So what they're going to see is all of this text and all of these images, right? Now, I feel like these images have been kind of put in place sporadically, like kind of random. Like, why is this here? Are you talking about this image here, right? Is that why that image is there? Also, look at all this blank space here, right? Look at all this blank space. Literally, there's so much of the page that is that could be used. So what I would recommend you to look into is actually use something like Pagefly. It's called Pagefly, right? Or Shogun, or Zipify. These are page builders, okay? And then that'll let you pretty much recreate your web page so that, you know, it's got the headline here, it's got an image here, and then it's got the text here, right? So I'll just recommend you do that. I feel like these images have just been just kind of thrown in. You don't have to go gym every time. Take your portable home gym and anywhere you want and work out. See, like even the way that you write, it's if you're especially advertising to Western countries like US or Australia, it's very, very difficult. Stephen, Gem Pages is great, but new people can't download it right now. So so in terms of the text, Bilal, I would recommend you to kind of rethink and try to either hire someone on Fiverr to write it for you, a copywriter that's based in the United States, so the language is the same, right? But then just having these images here, having this GIF is good, right? Because it really kind of shows people the use of it, and it gives people an aspirational element. But this should be all the way at the top, right? Like right at the top, like within that 5 seconds of people jumping on the page. This one right here, I think that this image could be good, but it should be much bigger, right? Not just this tiny one. This is like what you should have is like what's in the bag. What's in the bag? Right, as the headline, and then have this down makes more sense. Key benefits, it's all the way down here on the bottom of the page. Like, if you want people to read this, there is no way in heck they're going to use this. They're not going to see it, at least. So I would recommend, if you want information up, to really be present and really be shown to the customer, make sure you bring it up all the way at the top. Make sure you do that. Hope that helps you. And also your reviews, I can tell, it's the A star. I think you just got them straight off AliExpress, which is fine, right? No issue with that. But I don't know if you're using Luke's, but usually Luke's, I would rather you re-import these with full names, like Josh Back or Andrew or Ben Weeb or whatever, right? Like, you have real names. It just makes it better. I hope that helps you. Anyone that wants their store reviewed, you can just Instagram DM me. Make sure you follow me on there as well. I'm trying to be better at posting Instagram, but I'm not much of a social person. So this is as much social thing that I'll get. Stephen, I cannot see your your product link for some reason. Yeah, so for Billo is 100% custom. In terms of what they do, it's 100% custom. So you send them your product, you give them what you want to say, and then they kind of just work off that. It's awesome. I love it. I love it. So there's a discount up below if you want to use it. Up to you. That's a good review, a massive. But no problem at all. Hope you got it, and yeah, you can just continue to rewatch this one if you want to bookmark this YouTube video, so that you can continuously get just work on it. You see, landing page design is all about continuous iteration. You're never just gonna do it once and that's it. Always have to be improving it. Always. Okay. Where was I up to? Okay, here we go. Shaquille is asking why ads going learning. Why Facebook ads going learning? Not sure what you mean by that, but
Sorry, I don't have any information about that. But I found something else.
okay, Google.
Do you want to know
Google,
what?
shut up. Sorry about that, guys. My Google Home is going crazy. Yeah, so in terms of Facebook ads, right? Like it's an AI, it's based on an AI system. So there's definitely going to be learning. Um, so generally what it requires, each ad set requires 50 conversions over the span of 7 days for it to exit the learning phase. If you can't get 50 conversions, what's going to happen is actually people are going to, well, your ad account, sorry, your ad set will go into a limited learning. That doesn't mean that you're not going to get conversions. It just means that it's not at the optimal performance based on what Facebook determines. So just be mindful of that. Muhammad is asking about sell the product through emotion. What does this mean? Am I overcomplicating it? Yeah, potentially. So selling through emotion, right, is okay. Let me show you an example. Let's say, for example, I want to sell you some makeup, right? Now, I'm gonna sell you the makeup in two different ways. One will be the general way that most beginners think, and the second way will be more about a marketing standpoint, right? So the first way that is, oh, you want to buy this makeup, and let's just pretend this is makeup, right? You want to buy this makeup because it's not greasy. It's made out of 100% vegan materials, and it's good for the environment. It's good for your skin, blah blah blah, right? The packaging is 100% sustainable. We craft all of our makeup in store, in the US, and we ship it to you every single time you order, right? It's like a bespoke product, right? So the second point is selling your product emotionally. It's like these makeup sticks will make you feel as young as you were when you were 20 years old. They'll make you feel not only more vibrant, but you're gonna get all these compliments saying you're glowing. What are you doing? You look so beautiful. So you're gonna be able to regain your confidence. You're gonna be able to have more confidence when going out in the world as the world is reopening, right? If you're going on a date or with your partner or whatever, you're gonna get more compliments from them. You're gonna just feel better. You're gonna feel like a woman, like a true woman. So all this kind of stuff, right? So that's like the differences between the emotional selling and the other sell, like the generic selling that most people do. The first is talking about the specific features of the product, right? That no one really cares about. People are only buying products in order to get something, right? So for example, people buy makeup so that they can feel more confident. They can go out and if they have any imperfections on their skin, the makeup will cover it. So they make them feel more beautiful, more confident, more just more beautiful, really. So that's the two differences between selling emotionally and just regular selling. Those who sell regularly are never going to be able to break through the noise because everyone sells like that. Selling emotionally, way better. So Alex, sorry, I'm just reading your comments. And guys, if you guys are new here, we are doing a 2-hour live stream today just because next week I will be in New York. I'll be flying at the same time as 9 a.m. So just wanted to make it up to you guys and spend time with me here. So thank you, first of all. Also make sure you like and subscribe if you guys haven't already because I'm releasing new content every single week. And yeah, my mission is just to educate people. Just because when I was getting started in this dropshipping world, there's a lot of misinformation out there. I wasted a lot of money, I spent a lot of money, and I don't want you guys to do that. It was pretty tough. So I want you guys to benefit and hang out here, and I would really appreciate it if you hit that like button just so we can push this to more people, help grow the channel, and it just does so much. So just want to thank you guys as well. Okay, cool. So who are we on? Alex, when adding new products, would you recommend trying first sending it to an email list and retargeting on website visitors, or can I test them on my cold winning audiences as well? Yeah, like Alex, both ways, man. Like you can send it directly to your if you have existing customer list, you can send it directly to them without having to spend any money on advertising. Now, there's still no guarantee that they're gonna buy it, but it's free, right? It takes you some time to just do the email, but generally it's very high ROI with email. So definitely recommend that. But you can, on the other hand, I guess it's a bit of a sideways answer, I guess, but I would do both because one doesn't cost you anything, and the other just test the budget. Test the budget. That's all I say. I mean, test it with a low budget. Flipside is asking, any other issues from doing e-commerce from Australia? No, definitely not. There's so much potential in Australia too. To honestly speaking, we could have done everything from there because we have our own warehouse, we have our own space. I'm a citizen there, so I can get credit cards, loans, and all that kinds of stuff. So I'd have pretty much unlimited capital. But the problem is that most of my audience is in the United States. So it doesn't make sense for me to hold up all of my inventory in Australia when all of my people or all of my customers are in the United States. So we just made it very clear, that we would start in the US and that we would expand outwards, just because the US was a brand new market for us in terms of this brand. And yeah. But definitely no issues. Definitely no issues. You can create amazing brands just in Australia alone. Yeah, Jian, I can do product reviews. Just send it to me on Instagram and we'll get to it. Hopefully, we have another 45 minutes. So, okay. So the one I DM'd you my store on Instagram. If you can review it, please. Yeah, of course. The one. Can you let me know what your Instagram name is, so I can make sure I get the right one? Theo, just appreciate you for, yeah, just for following me on the different accounts. Thank you. Appreciate it. Stephen, I cannot see your your link. I have no idea what link you're talking about, unfortunately. So if you could let me know, Stephen, I'm more than happy to review it. I just don't see it. The one. I don't know if you're still here, but I just need to know which account you're sending your thing from. Oh, yeah, Jian Yu. So Jian Yu, I'm gonna bring up your page online. Huh. Surprising. Okay, Travis Cook. Okay, perfect. The one I'll get to you in just a second. Yeah. All right, Jian Yu. I'm just gonna open it up. So this is your product page. Honestly, not bad. Like in terms of how it looks, not bad. Um, let's have a look at this, and let's get the red marker out. And so again, look, great. Love the packaging here. I'm not sure if that's like digitally done. It looks kind of like photoshopped, right? Um, but the model, the imagery is good, right? Let's look through this. Yeah, you've used other people in there, so you'll see how, like, okay, have a look at this. So see how these images right here, they look very cold, right? I would actually remove these off the product carousel. I would actually rather you just have images like this, right? Because if people are curious of what this does, right, they can actually get this information down below. You don't need to keep them on here, because this honestly this turns people off. And I can tell here that I think these are just, yeah, these are directly from your supplier, I believe, right? Because I can tell, like, the like when we deal with our suppliers, they have a certain way of doing their product descriptions, and it's the same type of font, everything's the same. So I would actually remove this, Jianyu. Yeah, I would remove these. Just keep using the great images that you have here, right? These ones here, these are great. Now, another thing that you want to be doing is also looking at LED light therapy, right, is heavily utilized by not just the younger generation, but the older generation too, especially if it helps with fine lines and wrinkles and all that kinds of stuff. You want to also have in the product page, right, you want to have um, what is it, the customer here too, like the potential customer. So older women holding the product, older women jumping onto it. There's also potentially men that would potentially want to use this too, right? Men get facials all the time, and this could be a potential thing too. But generally, yeah, product page, for the carousel, I would recommend images of happy customers using the product, showing it in use, at home, even in the office, in bed, relaxing, all these kinds of stuff. Like even just being very raw, like just them in bed, with their hair kind of like done up in a towel, like wet hair, them using the mask, and maybe them just like relaxing on the bed, right? Like that's like what is it? The aspirational content, right? Yeah, Steven, you said here is the link. I still can't see the link, man. I don't know if anyone else can see his link, but I can't see it. So Jian, you continuing on? Yeah, using older women, images like that, is great. Would recommend that. Now let's go have a look at like your product description. Okay. Oh, is this? I don't know if that's graphically done. Let me have a look. I'm just trying to dive deeper into this. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that was graphically done. Can't tell. But I like how it's across the page. It's great. Again, happy people using it. But just be wary. Like if you're gonna sell it to older people or younger people, just make sure that the audience, the people on the website, match that. So if you're selling to old people, right, make sure all the models are older, right? You don't want to kind of alienate certain people, um, especially if they're your ideal audience. I like how you've done the headlines, right? So it's all about scannability again, right? But rather than, I feel like these are your features, right? It's not about the emotional selling. So Jianyu, if you go back to in this YouTube video, I talk about those two types of selling. One is just selling features, which is, stimulates collagen and elastin, 7 colors with 150 LEDs. They're great, right? But what would be better is, like selling it emotionally in terms of like regain your youth in under 10 minutes or in under 60 minutes, right? Or in the comfort of your own home. feel more confident than you've ever have more confidence than you've ever had before, right? All those kinds of things, like these are emotional headlines, right? And then you can talk about why. So for example, this one here, feel younger than you've ever felt before, right? And then underneath in the product description, you can say this product using the LED lights will stimulate collagen and improve the development of elastin or all that in your skin, thereby and therefore you're gonna feel, look, and younger than you ever have before. You know what I mean? So your headline kind of draws them in because it's emotional. Then you can give them the physical, the technical aspect of it, and then talk about it. So yeah, but apart from that, good. You know, in terms of these testimonials, not bad. I would just be careful. Like these are before and afters, so maybe just get rid of the before and after. But it is an image, so maybe it's okay. But what Facebook doesn't like is Facebook doesn't like the the actual before and after word, because it's pretty much they think that you're leading people on. I love that you have videos.
This is what it looks like, and on the inside,
Is this
it has all of the little lights. So there are 150 lights that are all throughout this mask. It comes with a charger and also a little band.
I wonder if you got permission to use this. um, I would recommend you to focus more on. I guess it's okay. Yeah, I guess it's okay. Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, this is the this is the comment. I mean the review section. So yeah, not bad, not bad. Overall, not bad, not bad, not bad. So I'll stop this. Yeah, Janu, I hope you got something out of that one. Okay, so for those of you joining in, make sure you like and subscribe. We are trying to make a difference in this whole e-commerce game. So make sure you do that. And all right. Where am I up to? Um, which do you recommend for someone testing a web page builder or thing? Oh, Abdi. First of all, thank you for the question. Literally, you just use any of them. Pagefly is fine because they are all cheap, right? Yeah, Alex, amazing, dude. Like 4th of July discount, amazing. Like that's the thing, right? Like just hang out, you know, do the work while we're hanging out. Because just before this, we sent out all of our emails, and I guess I should check that real quick. How much we've generated since. Okay, not bad, not bad. Okay, so let's go back to the questions. Jianyu, I've done that. Vishav, okay, so there's two, just trying to figure out where we're at in terms of reviews. So I've got Travis Cook, which is the one, I believe. So let me go ahead and pull his up. Okay, this is gonna be fun. All right, the one, right? Okay, so there's a lot of problems, I would say, in your product page. It's very typical dropshipping, right? And it's not your fault. There's just a lot of misinformation out there. Again, so a few things. Product images, right? In terms of these are great in terms of like the quality of the images, but I can almost tell you that this I would bet $100 that this was taken directly from your supplier's website. 100% promise you that. Even this one here, I would actually go about, getting the ideal customer, like a, regular human being, and taking an image of this product, showing it in use, showing it at like a theme park, or at a cafe, them pulling laptops out, all that kinds of stuff, or them going on a day trip or hiking, or all these different use cases where you can use for this everyday tech bag. Now, in terms of this right here, I can guarantee you this is not doing any benefits. Like, this is not you doing you any favors. It's honestly going to be it's a pretty poor way of selling a product. Keep your devices charged and organized with quick access. Eh, not very strong. You see what I mean? Like, it's very kind of like, is this gonna make me want to spend $60? No, not really. Like, but because I actually bought this bag, a bag similar to this. And let me just show you and prove to you. See, I've got this bag right here, right? My wife bought this for when we went to Disneyland or Disney World, and she bought it for the convenience sake. It's smaller and all that kinds of stuff. So with bags, it's very difficult to emotionally sell, right? Because it's not an emotional product. Like, for me, like, this bag doesn't mean much, in all honesty. It's just for convenience. So with this, keep your devices charged and organized with quick access. No, not really. Like, a better headline, I think, maybe, and this is just my opinion, is, this is what real convenience looks like. And this is the this is the level of convenience and quality that you deserve, or something like that. And it's just better in terms of, it just makes it more real, and that's very subjective to who's reading it. So it's very dependent on what they're getting it for, and all that kind of stuff. But this right here, you're telling them, it's for charging your devices, organized for quick access. Like, those are features. They're not really benefits, right? So I might actually just Snapchat. I mean, not Snapchat. I'm gonna take all of these product reviews from this live call, and I'm gonna put them all into a YouTube video, and I'll launch it next week as well, guys. Just so you can come back to it. Reviewing some subscribers' video stores. So here, like, the modern compact bag has a 9.7 inch tablet pocket, quick access pockets, extra baggage, extra storage for daily commutes, a USB charging port to keep your devices powered, premium polyvinyl, and of course the sleek structural design for any environment. My goodness, that is a mouthful. Like, man, I need some water after reading that. It's that's too much, man. It's honestly I don't think anyone cares about any of the stuff that you've kind of brought out there. So what I would recommend you to do is kind of break it up. Think about the different use cases of your bag. Is it for convenience? Is it for price? Is it for quality? Right? And then break it up into sizable chunks. So you could do like quality that quality, like, for example, the quality one. You could do something like experience quality that you've like never before, right? And then you can talk about how it's, this bag is made out of hand stitched and made out of premium polyvinyl, and it's waterproof, and so no matter what terrain you're in, whatever circumstance you're in, you can have assurance that this product will stand the test of time, blah blah blah, right? That's way more powerful than what you have here. And then you'll break it up into the different use cases of why people would buy this product. This highlight thing, yeah. I can see that you're trying to hide people from taking your images, but let me just tell you really quickly, that's actually not going to do anything. Let me just go to this right here. I can literally take all of your images. It's just a little hack for you guys. Anyway, all these product images right here, again, same kind of feedback. It's just that one column, right? This one column, and you have all this space here that is wasted. So I would recommend you to jump onto Pagefly and go from there. Wondered, I would recommend you to have a look at your competitors, and I don't know what kind of competitive like reviews you've done, right? But these guys do it exactly the same as what I say. Like they're showing the product in the use case, what it fits, very simple language, right? Features and showing the imagery, right? Perfect just got perfecter, right? Like nothing overcomplicated, but these guys do like millions of dollars per day. So I mean per week, per month. Sorry. So yeah, I would recommend. I hope that helps you. But yeah. All right. Let's get rid of that. King Hong. Is there a better way for Facebook to start tracking purchases from the beginning? Yeah, not really right now. Not for beginners. It's very difficult because attribution and all that. There's all of those kinds of issues. So yeah, it's no worries, Travis. I hope that helped you. Okay, so we. Okay. Vishav, is your V dear, right? V dear. Vishav, I just need to get your permission to if it's okay to show it on screen. Just because I want to make it I want to make it so that everyone can learn, not just yourself. I think that would be unfair. So yeah, Travis, I hope that helps you. Steven, I still cannot see your product page. Can you just Instagram DM it to me or something? Because I don't think anyone's seeing it. All right, let me try to get to some questions. Vishav, I'll get to your store in a second once you give me permission. Josh, on the last live, you've explained what to do when we get new creatives. I went through that so many times and it's still confusing. Sure. No problem. Mohammed, let me do this for you. So, where's my page? Let me actually, you know what? I'm gonna open up my my teaching ad account, and I'm gonna show you guys exactly how to do this. Okay, now let's go, and I just want to make sure that okay. Here is my I'm not gonna upload any like anything, but let me show you exactly how I would go about doing new creatives. Okay, so let me just delete these because I think I made them for a YouTube video. So what first point of action, right, is the following, right? It's called an ad base. Now, what I like to do is I go here and I will type in my Josh Back ad base, right? And I'm gonna put something like home or like something like this, right? Like this, like that, and like so. Okay. Let me just go ahead and enable this so there's nothing hidden. Okay, now whenever I'm doing an ad base, right? An ad base is pretty much, for your reference, a place where when new creatives are created, I will go here and put in the new creatives here. And I'll organize them depending on the types of angles that I'm selling it in. So, for example, here I will sell like new angle. I'll do angle and it will be something like whenever you're looking at a product, you should have multiple angles that you're selling the product in. So for example, this one will be, I'm going to just be reviews based UGC, right? And for those of you that aren't aware, I have given you guys a 15% discount on Billo, right? So you just need to go and get UGC there. You send them the product, very simple, blah, blah, blah. Now, so this is my ad base, okay? So turn it on. It's based on angles, right? And my ad set is always turned off. My campaign is always turned on because I want to make sure that this remains up top, right? Because when you're running multiple different campaigns, it's very difficult to know where it is, and you don't want to go like searching it. So inside here, you're gonna have like this, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to type in, let me just get rid of this. What we're going to do is type in, let's say UGC ad 1, okay? Now let's duplicate this out maybe 5 times. Let me get rid of this. UGC ad 3, UGC ad 4, UGC ad 5, 5, UGC ad 6. Okay, so let's say I've gone and I've written all my ad copy, I've written the headline, and I've also uploaded my creative. Okay, so now they all live right here. And let me see if I can get the live stream back up so I can see you guys and see what you guys are saying. Okay, so now these are all the creatives. Let's say, for example, this week I've gotten 6 new creatives. Okay, now I'm gonna go back to my campaign section, right? And one more thing, really quickly. With these ones, I would always publish them, right? And then I would always put the ad ID here, right? So this, let's say, for example, that's my ad ID. So each one will have its own unique ad ID. It will be using its own unique existing post, okay, right? So that it's just ready. I don't need to think about it ever again, right? I don't need to worry about new ads being created based off these creatives or whatever. It's all done for me, okay? Now once that's done, I go into, let's say, for example, my prospecting campaign, my scaling campaign. These are my winning audiences. All right, toothbrushing, white teeth, whatever, right? So what I go ahead and do is I go into my ad base, go to the ads level, all right, and I'll go ahead and duplicate this to existing campaign, right? Get rid of this, and what I'm gonna do is phase 1 US. This is my interest testing campaign, existing. Toothbrushing, and I'll go add to all. So it's going to add it to all of the ad sets that are in that testing campaign. I'll go ahead and duplicate that. Okay, so once I've duplicated that, I'm going to go ahead and just hit publish, review and publish. Okay, obviously it's not going to work right now because I didn't actually go ahead and create them, but that's exactly the system that I use. This is my testing campaign down here, right? So whenever I'm doing new testings, I will create them all here so that whenever I need to go and scale, for example, let's say, for example, UGC ad 1 is a winner. So what I will do is I'll actually label it as a winner, and I'll have crowns, right? So it's very easy for me to find my winners later down the track, but it's still using the same post ID, right? And I'm just able to duplicate this multiple times, as many times as I want, but it's going to live in the ad base. This is where I can go back and find it. Whereas if I'm trying to search this campaign, that campaign for that winning ad, it's going to be very difficult. So I would rather start with it like this is my system, right? I keep it very easily organized so I can find it easier later down the track. So that's why I do it in this way. Create an ad base, right? Create your ads every single week using the same post ID, using the same existing post. Just make sure you're using existing post, right? Then you go and duplicate all of those new ads into your testing creative campaign, right? And once you've done that, you literally just let it run let it run until like 2-3 times your target cost per purchase, right? And then if it's gotten you a high return on ad spend, or your sales have overall increased and it's all overall profitable, go back into your ad base, on your ad, and label it a winner. So then what you do is you turn it off on your testing campaign, and then you will push it into your phase 3, your scaling campaigns. So I hope that makes sense. But yeah, that's pretty much what I do. And it's just that process over and over again. So I hope that makes sense. I know it's a lot of information there, but yeah, it is what it is. Okay, Vishav has given me approval to share his site. So let's go ahead and review his site, shall we? These are great. This is just, you guys are just giving me free content, because I'm more than happy to put them all into a YouTube video, and then that's one of my posts for next week or the week after. Alrighty. Okay, great, Stephen. I'll make sure I do that review for you. So yeah, Vishav, it's all about just systems, man. I always, so people ask me, how can you work in so many businesses at the same time? It's because, like, whilst I try to pride myself on spending as much time with my wife as possible. We like to watch dramas and all that stuff together. We hang out as much as we can on the weekends. Only when she gives me permission to work, I can. But it's because I develop these systems, right? I always develop these systems, and no one's gonna tell you this because, well, to be honest, in this e-commerce world, I don't know if they're actually running these. If they're running those things, they might be the creator, but they might have teams underneath them that create the systems for you. So, yeah, that's why I want to share this, all of this with you guys without, and if you guys want private mentoring, I do get I am hired by a good friend of mine, Dan, and that's in the link to down below. But I want to also make sure that for those of you who can't or don't want to pay for anything, just hang out with me here. I'm more than happy to help you, as long as you help me in some way, like give me content that I'm going to post on YouTube. So for those of you that want product or page reviews, I appreciate you. And yeah. Okay, so I think Vishav, I'm going onto your page now. So let's go ahead and do this review. Okay. So I like that you've done the watermark, because well, obviously you don't want people to copy it. This is interesting. It's an interesting product. If it's Vishav, have you actually tested this product? Like actually like physically tested it? Because I am actually looking for a cheap alternative while I'm here in the US, just to get some like backlighting, right? Because for YouTubers it's very important, and it's just a better viewing experience for you guys. So let me know if this works, and maybe I'll get it from you as well. Okay, let's do the review. Enough talking. Okay, so first thing, add to cart. You want to really make this high contrast, Vishav. You really want to make sure that this is kind of like stands out, like the first thing that stands out. And again, I'm going to reference Boom by Cindy Joseph. See that add to cart, how it's like so highly contrasted that you honestly can't miss it, right? Also, what they've done is, and I've tested this as well, use the drop shadow if you can, and you'll be able to do all of this when you use a page builder. So I would recommend you to use like Pagefly, Shogun, Gem Pages, Zipify Pages, all of these kinds of things, and just get that built, right? And build out your page using these things, because it's just going to open up a whole world of potential and opportunities for your store. So first of all, high contrast, color it in, this thing right here, your add to cart. Now, headline here, obviously you need to put a headline there, right? So make sure you put that headline, okay? Rishabh, so make sure you do that. The unmatched golden hour lighting is hard to come by. Bring the comfortable lighting of the sun into your living space. Dude, I love that. That's great. Guys, for those of you who are unsure of how to do product descriptions, honestly, that made me feel and made me understand the golden hour, because honestly, I try to film in the golden hour. So yeah, that's great. Honestly, great job on that one. Just make sure you put that headline there. I like the GIF because it's going to, like, remember, potential customers, when they're first jumping onto your page, attention span 5 seconds. So having GIFs at the top, having big headlines at the top, trying to hook them into, yes, you want this product, is the way to go. And having a GIF here showing how it's changing colors very easily, very quickly, right? Great, honestly great. Golden hour 24/7, I love that. Dude, that's great. Now, in terms of your headline, I would make this bigger. Make it bigger, and also make it more bold, because when people scan, honestly, this golden hour 24/7 is something that potentially could get interest, but it's kind of hidden. It kind of blends into the product page, okay? Honestly, the font size between these two isn't that different. So honestly, they look the same if people are scanning it. So make this bold, make it bigger as well. Use size 24 to 34 font, right? And for the rest of your font, the body font for you guys, everyone else here, 16 to 18 is the go-to, okay? 16 to 18 for body. For headlines, 24 up till 48, depending on how big and bold you want to go. I like this again because you're going through that golden hour, right? You're following through with that. This is great too because it shows, like, people who are potentially interested in photography or videography, it shows the potential of it. So that's great. Good job. This is a new landing page. Okay, great. So when you tested it, Vishad, were you getting sales? Again, with your headline, like, make it bigger, right? Transform your living space. That's why someone like me would want to buy it, right? For my office space, for YouTube, all that kinds of stuff. So that's great. In terms of features, just make it, I would recommend you to use like iconography. So Hello Tushy is a great way of using icons that are branded, right? So these guys here, and let me just go ahead and show you. These guys here, go and do this. Here, save your ass, save your money, save the planet, and save the world. Like, the way they use their icons here is just so great, right? So I would recommend you guys to use that as well. Okay. Okay, Vishal, that's awesome, dude. I love it, dude. Great job. Okay, but yeah, Vishal, I know that you're designing a new landing page, which is great, right? Overall, I think that you've done a good job in terms of like the product descriptions, all of that kind of stuff. One thing I would recommend you to do though is to again use Pagefly, right? So look at all this empty space right here. You want to make sure that you it's very easily and the reason why I'm kind of advocating using all of the page, guys, is because the customer journey is broken up into multiple segments, right? From first becoming aware of the problem, first becoming aware of your product, then getting interest and trust in your product, and then eventually buying, right? So there's that whole process. So recently I made a video, I recorded it last week, about how many times are you guys touching your customers, right? In the US, customers are getting 5,000 to 30,000 different marketing messages every single day. So people are buying, when they're looking at marketing messages on their phone to on their web at nighttime. So when people are buying, right, they might, when people are first finding out about your product, they will see your product on your mobile, right? So that's why this landing page works for mobile. It's going to look great on mobile, but a lot of people actually buy later in the nighttime or many days afterwards on desktop, right? Or at home. So you just want to make sure that those people who are looking to buy on desktop, they see a beautiful landing page as well. So Vishav, I would highly recommend you to kind of expand on what you've done already, expand on the great job that you've done, and let's just go and create a beautiful web page. So when they come to purchase at the end of the day, right, on their computers, they see a beautiful landing page, they have another reason to trust you, and all these kinds of stuff. So I would recommend you to do that, and that's why I always advocate creating this. I know a lot of people. There's 80% of traffic online is by mobile, 100%, but a lot of people also buy via web. So that's why, guys, for those of you that aren't sure of why I'm talking about this, that's why we do it. So yeah, Vishav, amazing job overall. I'll go back to my main camera now, and yeah, great job, man. Overall, very good job. Cool. So yeah, Vishav, I hope that helps you, man. Really hope that helps you. So make those changes, and yeah, I'm keen, and I'm looking forward to you you getting all these extra sales and higher conversion rates, all that kinds of good stuff. Florian, hi, hey Josh. A couple of days ago, I asked you how to find the factory of a brand in the US. I've got the name, but I don't find anything on the factory of Google. Florian, have you actually jumped onto Alibaba? Because Alibaba is where most of these, and if you're using Jungle Scout, Florian, you're able to actually go directly to their webpage from Alibaba, from Jungle Scout directly, if you're doing the reverse lookup. So I would recommend you to do that. Don't just try to Google it. It is a good way, but there are better ways, and better ways to, more efficient ways to use your time. Yeah, Steven, still can't see your product page. Yeah, James, for sure. As long as you're happy for me to show it up on here, I'm more than happy, because you guys are doing me a favor too, creating content for YouTube, so it's good. And you guys are liking the page, liking liking my channel, subscribing, all that kinds of good stuff. So you guys are doing me a huge favor. So it's only up. I'd be more than happy to help you out. So for sure, send it through to me in Instagram DMs. Guys, for reviews and stuff, I prefer, I would recommend that we do these live, right? Because just every other day, I'm busy doing other things, and I'd rather spend my free time, hanging out with my wife and just hanging out. So, okay, where are we at? Okay, James. Okay, James is asking about, James is asking, how would you scale your Facebook ads? Also, because of the new Apple policies towards Facebook ads, do your lookalike audiences do better than your retargeting, and the other way around? Yep. So James, this is kind of, let me show you what I found in terms of scaling, right? There's a few ways. Now, I'm gonna see, here we go. Let me go and show you my webpage. Okay. All right. So what we're doing here is talking about scaling, okay? So you guys know I always start off with my testing campaigns, right? So testing campaigns based on audiences, right? So audience testing campaign. And this is just finding audiences that are potential winners, right? Now in this, I might have like dogs, cats, Nike, I might have Apple, Samsung, Logitech, Mercedes, right? Like just different interests, different audiences on Facebook, right? So I'd be testing these ones at about $20 each. Okay. Now why is my pen like this? Should be darker. Anyway, I'm testing these at $20 budget per day. Okay. So these are $20 budgets, and let me zoom in. And pretty much, why? I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so pretty much each of these, right? Each of these ad sets has ad 1, right? Oh, ad 2, ad 3. Okay, so generally, and this answers Jian Yu's question as well. How many ads should I start off with at the beginning? You should start off with 3 ads. 3 ads is generally the sweet spot. It's the most easiest to create, as well as enough variations so that Facebook can find you the best audiences. Now let me just quickly reduce down my music so I can hear myself think a little bit. But so you start off with your ad 1, 2, and 3, right? Now, what's gonna happen is you're gonna find that maybe ad 1 for dogs, Nike, Samsung, and Mercedes will be positive. They'll be profitable, right? And they'll be working. Now, the other two, this is why you need variations. The other two, more likely than not, they might not be working for any of them. So what I do next is two things. And I'll make you guys a tutorial video on how I do my Facebook advertising overall, but I just want to give you guys a quick rundown right here. So this for those of you guys that are in the private group, you know that I always call this my phase 1 testing campaign, right? Now, the next phase is phase 2, which is creative testing. Now, what I'm doing here is going and taking the winning audiences, so dogs, Nike, Samsung, and Mercedes, and I'm going to put them here. Nike, Samsung, Mercedes, and dogs. Okay, so for these ones here, what I'm doing is, based on the first winning ad, I'm going to go and create 3 more ads. So ad 4, 5, and 6. Okay, because the reason is, when you're running Facebook ads, a lot of people want to just rely and tell you that you can rely on one ad and you can scale that to the moon. I'm telling you, realistically, it's very unlikely. Yes, you can scale it for a certain degree, but there will be a certain point where eventually your ad will die off. There is such thing as ad fatigue, right? People will start seeing the same kind of ad. They'll start to see it as wallpaper. They'll start to get familiar with it, and therefore click-through rates will reduce. Cost per clicks will increase, CPMs will also increase because you're not providing any more value to the customer. Okay, so phase 2 is always about creative testing, looking for new ads. Let's say, for example, 5 and 6 are working really well, and I wonder why it's so it's so light. Why is this so light? I wanna thicken the I wanna thicken the pen. Anyway, so I already have ad 1, 5, and 6 working. Now, going back to James's question, my next phase of all this is, where's my thing? And let's make it green for money, okay? So we'll go like this. Okay, so phase 3 is my scaling campaign, or scaling/prospecting campaign. People interchange the two words, right? Scaling and prospecting, right? Now from here, what I'm doing is I'm using Nike, again, Samsung, Mercedes, and dog, right? So what I'm doing in the scaling phase is, at this point, I'm actually moving it into a CBO, right? So if you guys, and I'm doing a recent video on this. I don't know why it's so thin. Anyway, what I'm doing is I'm moving it into a CBO, because CBOs, I'm giving Facebook more control, because I've tested the audience and I've tested also the creatives, and they both worked, right? So I'm now happy to give Facebook, hey Facebook, here's $100. Go ahead and find me the best audiences, right? So I always started with $100 generally. As a rule of thumb, minimum, I set it is $100. Now, here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my, ad 1, right? Ad 5 and ad 6 here. Okay, so like so, and if I draw like that, right? So this is the ad set, this is the campaign level, and this is the ads, right? And you just copy and paste this for all the other ones. Now, what I do for scaling is I review it. Once I've set up the CBO campaign, I generally just leave it for 3 to 4 days. Now, what I would look at is, because right now attributions are just all whacked up in terms of, whether you get a purchase or not, whether the data is actually going to be shown in the Facebook ad platform is another thing. We don't know, right? Because a lot of the times that happens. Facebook isn't doing a good job in terms of bringing their data in because of Apple's policy. policies, right? Apple's new things, restrictions. So what I like to do is I talk about ROAS, the environmental ROAS. If I spent $100, but for example, I brought in 300 to or even 200 to $400, I know that my overall ROAS, right, is going to be 2 to 4. Okay, so that's why I look at that, and that's very important now that we're doing post iOS 14 data, right? So now that if it's consistently profitable, right, every single day I'm checking my ROAS, my ROAS, right? If it's consistently profitable, what I like to do is I like to do incremental jumps of the budget. So this right here, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to increase the budget plus the budget by 20%. Okay, so every 2-3 days. General rule is 2-3 days increase the budget by 20%. But now with the whole attribution issues, it's still like a little bit. I would recommend scaling slower. So maybe do this every every like 4 to 5 days. 4 to 5 days. Increase the budget as long as it's still profitable, as long as it's still working well. And let me move this so you guys can see it. There we go. So increase the budget by 20% every 4 to 5 days. Now, if you've increased the budget 2-3 times, so it's been 2, 3, 4 weeks, and it's been consistently profitable, it shows that your ads at the beginning, the testing that you did was successful, right? Your audience likes the ads, they like the product, and they really like your overall marketing message. So therefore, what you can do, you could actually test it, and you can take your campaign, your CPO campaign, and you can just duplicate it. So duplicate at, let's say 200% budget, 200%. So let's say you've duplicated, you've increased the budget a few times over the last, a couple weeks, and now your budget is, let's say for example, it's at $200 or $500. Then when you do this duplication, as long as the performance has been consistent, you can actually go ahead and duplicate it and multiply it by 2 in terms of the budget. So it'll either be $400 or $800 or $1,000, right? And then you just have to very closely watch it at that point. So that's how I will do my scaling. This is vertical scaling, by the way. Now, what's really important while doing this, and I'll quickly mention it, remember this phase 2 testing, the creative testing? This is where you should be testing every single week, more creatives, more angles, all of this kinds of stuff, and use the ad base. This is why I use it, because remember, you can never rely just on the one ad or the 3 ads, because eventually when you're scaling, spending $1,000 a day, $2,000 a day, eventually those ads will become wallpaper to your customers. They're going to see it multiple times. They'll be like, oh, this Josh is doing that ad again. Let's just scroll straight past, and all your metrics are going to become more expensive. So the creative testing is more important. Now with horizontal testing, with ads 1, 5, and 6, right? These are winning ads. What I would go about and do, go back to my phase 1, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for new audiences. So what I'm going to do is BMW, Rolls-Royce, I can't spell. I don't know how to spell it. So BMW, Toyota. Let's go for easier words. Okay, Toyota. Mitsubishi. All of these kinds of car, like whatever that are related to your interest. And don't think about these audiences too much, guys. Just use the suggestions tab. Don't go too crazy. Okay, you don't need to go too worried. Like, because your ad copy will be so honed in, right? You're going to let that to be a filter, right? To filter out the people that you don't really want on your page. So that's pretty much how I would scale, James, if you're still here. But yeah, hope that's good information. James, for sure, you can, James Joyner, you can either DM me about about your page, or probably DM me on Instagram, and I will go ahead and review. I don't know if I have any more reviews to do, actually. Let's just have a look. Oh yeah, Florian, you DM'd me on things. Yeah, like I said, use the Jungle Scout and go from there. Oh yeah, James, you DM'd me. Great. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think about these live streams. Hope you guys enjoy it. Steven, man, there is no link. I'm getting very frustrated because I want to help you, but there's no link. I don't know. Like, there's no link there. Like, can you guys see any link from Steven Zipkin? I cannot see a link. And I feel like I'm pretty technologically, I'm okay. I'm not a grandpa, so I feel like I can, find the link. It's just not there. Let me know, guys, please. Help me out. Okay, guys, so I have, it's 11:05. I'm going to do really quickly 2 reviews for Cable Enterprise and I think James Joyner. Oh, Ethan, you're still here. What the? Hey. Yeah, Khaled, thank you so much. Ethan, thank you so much. Yeah, and guys, for those of you who are new here, just really quickly, this will be the last plug that I make. But yeah, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel so I can just continue to grow and continue to give out this good information. So yeah, just thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. So make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Hit that. Help me with the YouTube algorithm. We need to fight it. Okay, so 2 more reviews, guys. Obviously, we've gone to over 2 hours now. Ethan, welcome back, Ethan. Thanks for coming back. So what we're gonna do is so today's live stream was 2 hours because next week I'll be in New York. We're taking the week off and spending some time there. So I can't do the live stream while in the air. We don't have a private jet, so that's why I want to make it up for you guys. And yeah, I'll do the 2 quick reviews, and then Khaled has a personal question, so I want to answer that, and then we'll call it for the day. So here we go. In terms of the product reviews, James, I think this is yours. I just want to double check that this is you. Okay, James, the steamer. Okay, great. So let me share my screen. Okay, great. So this is his product, and okay, great. So what we'll do is, first of all, I don't know why, and let me just inspect this real quick. Okay, the add to cart is gone on mobile, but have a look at this, James. At the top here, the USD, something is gone wrong with your currency converter, so make sure you double check that. Just check that on your mobile as well, and just make sure that this doesn't kind of like overlap, because it can look a little bit unprofessional, and give people a reason to not trust your brand. Okay. In terms of, let's go ahead and get my pen. And let's go through a few things. Okay, so James, more of the, like most of these product reviews, it's going to be similar in terms of the feedback, because, and it's not your guys' fault, there's a lot of information out there, and that's why I want to try to improve the quality of information out there. So the product image, overall, the first product image is great in terms of like white background, you can really see, the packaging and the additional products that you're going to get with the products. The additions that you will get, right? But the thing that we need to understand is a lot of customers spend a lot of time in the carousel, right? So you need to make sure that the images here are relevant to them. So yes, these images are good, but at the same time, I feel like these images are not very cold, very kind of like unnatural, because they're all graphically done, right? You can have a certain amount, right? But a lot of the images in the carousel should be, products in use, like lifestyle photos of you actually using the product, or your significant other using the using the product. Also, when you're using models for, like if I'm smiling and I'm trying to promote Texas spring water, I would recommend the person that's the model that's actually in the video or the image should be the type of audience that you're trying to sell to. So for example, this kind of stuff, you're not going to have like a 18-year-old looking Asian dude on like holding or using this product, because you're generally targeting women who are 30 plus, I would imagine. So your target audience is that target. So the people in your images should also be 30-year-old plus women, right? So make sure you do that. Bilal, Ibrahim, man, thank you so much for spending time here. So yeah, dude, thank you so much. Isaru, yeah, thanks for the permission, dude. I appreciate you. Okay, so going back to it, James. So for example, like again, like just use the same, like the models, right? That is related to your audience. Now, in terms of here, it's going to be the same, right? This kind of text, remember, when customers jump onto your website, they're going to scan, and the scanning element is so important. So what you're missing here is, again, headlines. There are no headlines to really grab you, right? So for example, let's go to Hello Tushy, for example, and what's going to happen is 5 seconds. Remember, customers, when they jump on your page, you have 5 seconds to grab their attention. So 1, 2, 3, there's a GIF, right? That's kind of like, and there's animation and showing like what is it doing. That's why it's so educational. That's why it's so like, it's a hook, right? It grabs them, gives them some reason to actually stick around on the website. And then they're going to go about and learn more about the features. They're going to figure out, oh yeah, maybe this is the product that I want to try, right? So James, for yourself, I would recommend to either have some GIFs of it being in use. So again, get your target audience model, your 30-plus-year-old woman, and like in the comfort of their own home, and getting them to, with a bottle of water, pouring it in, showing how it's being used, showing the steam coming up, and then them using it, and them feeling like kind of like dewy and feeling really good afterwards, right? So that would be an amazing gift to kind of really kind of capture their attention. That's what you want to be doing at the very top, right? Because they spend a lot of time in the carousel, but after that, their attention span goes very quickly, right? Especially in this world of social media. If you can't grab your attention of your customers, they're going to jump off, and the dollars that you spend on getting them onto your site is going to be wasted, okay? So headlines is very important. Make it very scannable. Also use GIFs, right? Make sure that people are sticking onto the page. Make sure they have some sort of interest. Give them some sort of reason why they should stay here, okay? So I hope that makes sense. In terms of, again, like with this text here, just make sure that there's a headline for every single paragraph, and make sure that the headline is emotional, right? Like, let's see. Let me just try to think. Dehydration in summer is one of the most common skin problems that women don't know about, or something like that, right? Like some kind of headline that kind of creates some kind of intrigue, talks about, tries to get them intrigued about to read what you've got here. Because I'm going to guess that all this information here, you've actually done some research on, right? And it's valuable, right? You're going to give some valuable to your customers, but they're not going to read it unless you give them a reason to. And the reason the way that you do that is by having a great emotional headline. So James, I hope that helps you. In terms of the reviews, I would recommend, this is fine. Try to have more reviews for about the image. With the product in the image. Okay, make sure you do that. Just make sure you do that. But yeah, James, I think overall not a bad job, but there is a lot of real estate here that you could be using, right? Right here as well. And also with each of these, all of these points, make sure you have some sort of imagery as well. We as human, especially marketing wise, we are very visual, right? So whenever we're, often at times, if I give you a lecture, right, you're gonna disengage. But if I give you images, if I can share my screen and show you what I'm seeing and explain it that way, it's much more engaging. Does that make sense? So I hope that really helps you and kind of puts it into perspective for you as well. Um, Danny, yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. So just really quickly, I'm just gonna message my um, message my wife. Okay, guys. So last review, and then last question, and then I'm gonna have to jump off, because I need to, hang out with my wife. Okay, last one. Search Ball Pro. So I don't know whose product this is, and anyone, guys, if I didn't get to your product page to review, what I'll do is not next week, but the week after, we'll do these live streams and we'll make sure that these reviews get done. Okay, so don't worry too much, but yeah. Okay, so let's quickly do this. So with this overall, like just generally looking at it, here's the things that I like. Okay, so again, high contrast add to cart button, great. Scannability in terms of dot points, enjoy hours of family fun, best fun you'll ever have, award-winning design 2021, right? These are great, like in terms of getting the message across. Whether or not they're the strongest ones, the best choice, is another thing. I would probably use a little bit more emotional language, like summer only comes around once a year, right? So have tons of hours of fun with your family this summer, something like that, right? Yeah, this is a TikTok product, right? So if I go back into your product images, right, I would, again, if you're going to talk about family hours of fun, or like children, right, in your product carousel, like the image carousel, I would have images of children using the product, having fun with the product. Make sure you go ahead and do that. To be honest, this guy looks like he's 20 something, 30 something. He's not the target audience. This guy ain't gonna be having fun with himself, throwing it around and all that kind of stuff. Like, he's not gonna do that, right? It's contradictory to your marketing message. So just make sure that there's a congruence, right? Whatever you're saying matches whatever you're displaying to them. So have more images here as a review, guys. White product on white background is great, not bad at all. But yeah, you just need to show the product in use. Okay. Now, yeah, like this is cool. So a great use of the GIF, right? Because this honestly grabbed my attention. I was like, what is going on here? But now with this one here, this one's graphically done. I would recommend you go and get like real life images. It makes a huge difference. Okay, so just make sure you go ahead and do that. These headlines right here, I think that they could be more impactful, right? When people are scanning, you need to make sure that these are really give them a reason to read this part here, right? Now, family fun, Surge Ball Pro, like honestly, you've mentioned these before, right? Family fun, Surge Ball Pro. Nothing new here. You want to show, I want to know, how the heck does it float? How does it, how is it that this girl can, hit it with her knee? Like, you need to show these kinds of things, right? So make sure it's very obvious, and then like every single piece of information is there for a purpose. Don't waste this space, okay? So headlines need to be better. Yeah, Stephen, yeah, great. So, and again, like I'm sure that there's a lot of research done here in terms of like the quality and of the content here. So I want to make sure that people actually jump and read onto it, but they need a reason to. So this headline is super important to get people to actually read it and spend some time. Now, like this GIF is great. Like, why don't you move this GIF, and I don't know if this GIF to here, right? So let me just. Here we go. Just interchange these. So this is better. Like again, body copy, guys, make sure it's 16 to 18 sized font. Um, Also, your bundle and save more, you want to make sure that it's very obvious what they're getting, right? So generally, I don't like just having text, right? Because a lot of people, they're gonna miss it. They're gonna miss a lot of this, buy one with no extra off, or buy two with five off, or 10% off. Remember, we are visual, right? So it's not gonna pop out at us. We're gonna scan straight past it. So you wanna maybe have images, and let me just quickly, I'm just trying to think who does this well. Who does this well? These guys do it okay. Drop bottle, so you could do it one way. Drop bottle does it is in like buy two get 10% off, and these are custom coded. This is how actually I do it as well, but I also do it a different way where and let me just bring up my whiteboard. What I like to do is I actually go, and this is what I'll do just real quick because I know that I'm running out of time. Okay, here we go. This is guys, if you guys are running any kind of traffic to your store and you haven't done this, I would recommend you to look into it, watch this replay multiple times, and figure out how you can do this. So let's just say this is my product, okay? Now go ahead onto your, on Canva or Photoshop or whatever, right? And let's go ahead and copy the image. Oh, why is it like this? Okay, here we go. Cool. So this is how I would do it. I would go buy one, no saving, or just buy one. Let's say it's how much are you selling it for? $29.95. Okay, great. $29.95. Okay, and then what you do is you have dot points underneath it. Okay, so hours of family fun. Oh, actually, you know what? Even save me from doing any hard work. I'm gonna take your work. Okay, so let's say for example, I'll go here. And yeah, guys, I guarantee you this is gonna increase your average order value if you do it. Okay, so here we go. Like that, buy one. Okay, like so. And then I'm also gonna go and take your add to cart button, like this, right? And let's go. Oh no, what happened? Sorry guys, 1 second. I think I misclicked the button. Okay, here we go. We're back. Okay, like this, right? Here's your add to cart. Boom. That is one section. So what you want to do is in the page fly or any of those kinds of things, you can actually create a row, right, that has 3 sections, 3 columns. Okay, so that's what I'm doing right here. Let me just make it a little bit bigger, like this. Okay, so this is obviously one, right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and copy this like that. Okay, buy two, right? And actually buy two, and this is a psychological shift. I don't know, Mohammed, if you're still here, this is another psychological thing that you can use. What you can do is buy two is here, and usually it would be what, $60. And let's say for example, what discount are you giving? Buy two, 5% off. Okay, so calculator, $29.95 times 2 times by 95. So they're gonna pay what was that? $56.90. $56.90. Pay only oh gosh, sorry guys, it's on the fly. Divided by 2, $28.45 each. All right. Obviously 56.9. Okay. I might put this as a YouTube video as well in itself, because this is just gold. Okay. Right? So there's this. Okay? Now what I'm gonna do is, again, same thing. Copy it right here. And then what I do is something like this, where I'm gonna show the two products side by side. Okay? like this. Let's see if I can make it bigger. All right. And then for this one, which is buy 3, and what's the deal that you have? 10% off. Okay. So 10% off. What is that? $29.95 times by 3, right? And then they're gonna get $80 and 86 only. Okay, so like this, right? Then pay only divided by 3, $27 each. Right? So that you're gonna do this. Now, another thing that I want you guys to do is right here, you can actually do best value, right? And then make this bold and make this bigger. All right, so this is a psychological shift, a psychological hack that you can use, right? So when people are jumping on here, people always want to save money. If they're potentially interested in this, by you saying best value, they're automatically, and because we're putting it in the middle, right, they're automatically going to be drawn to this one. They're going to compare it to the left, like, oh, wow, I'm going to save $2 each by doing this. Look to the right, no, I'm only going to save a couple dollars, like $1. Not very impactful, right? Now, that's why we do this all the time, right? And I use this all the time in my products. Another thing that I want to do is like really quickly, just like that. Okay, so yeah, see, this is way more powerful, Stephen, if you're still here, right? This is way more powerful than this, right? Compare the two, and let's just compare it real quick, guys. Let me just take this thing here. Okay, so let's compare this, right? Let's go with what you have currently, right? Like, who thinks this is going to convert more, or is this going to convert more, right? Like, it's a no-brainer, honestly. This is just so powerful. And I'll probably do a video on this, like a deep dive video, but this is just a very general gist for you guys here, because you guys have spent the time with me, and you know, blah blah blah. Yeah, color. This can be done on mobile for sure. Maybe on the next live I can do a thing, but you can do a mobile optimized, and you can show it like this for sure. But what will happen, Khaled, is that it's actually going to be segmented. So rather than 3 in a row, it's going to be 1, 2. Oh, sorry, I'm here. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so it's going to be in a column, one column. Okay, so let me go back to my my face, and then let's just finish off with a few let's just finish off. So yeah, I hope that helps you guys. That honestly is like a secret that not many people talk about with conversion rate optimization, right? Like a lot of people, I've paid for conversion rate optimized sites, and honestly speaking, I spent like $2,000 for a page, and the one that I do actually performs way better. So I don't want you guys to fall into the trap of other people's marketing and have to pay this money for things that really don't make sense. Learn it from me. Because I've already spent the money. I've already wasted the money. I've already made the mistakes. So learn it from me. Don't spend your money. Colored. Yeah. So that was the last question I wanted to answer. Guys, this is the last question that we'll go on. Because I need to head back onto my life, but it was great to spend time with you. So Khaled was asking, how do you keep up with all that you do and manage your personal life as well? Running several businesses, YouTube, teaching ecom, freedom students. Yeah, so a few things. To be honest, I don't really do much in terms of like the things that I like to do are like playing games, or watching anime, and or like watching dramas and all that kinds of stuff, right? So when I got married, and I kind of put it on myself to be like the what is it? I was always taught from a young age that, like, the guys have to wake up early, and we have to work and kind of provide for the family, right? So for me, like I had to make a decision recently, and I still play games here and there, but it's not my biggest focus. I very very rarely play games. I put my focus on my work, right? So I'll wake up at 5 most days, and I'll work from 5 till like 5 p.m., 6 p.m., have dinner with my wife, hang out with my wife, and then once for a couple of hours until we go to bed, and then start again the next day. But again, it's all about systems, and how I manage it is just having good systems in place. If you have good systems in place, then you can do a lot of things. So for example, a lot of people ask me, like, how can you get all these creatives, blah, blah, blah. I have a creative team that I hire, and I made a YouTube video about the team that I hire. Ends up costing me about $15 per creative, because I'm just constantly pumping them, right? Like they're constantly full of work. And later on, maybe I'll hire a VA, but right now I like having control of the businesses, so I like doing it myself. Maybe when we come and locate in Houston, forever, I'll hire an intern, I'll hire someone, and I'll teach them how to do this and help me to kind of live less busy, right? So other things that I do, is obviously making sure that I'm healthy, making sure I exercise, and all that kinds of stuff. But yeah, just developing good systems, Khalid, is the way I do it. If I have good systems in place, I can do a lot of things, and yeah, I think that's the key. And I don't ever want to get to the point where, like, my wife and I, or like, because my wife and I, we made a decision, we're trying to build up so that later down the track, when I'm like 40 or when I'm 35 or whatever, when we have kids, that I want to be there for those like special moments. So I'd rather work hard now, just efficiently, and build systems so that later on I don't really have to do much, right? Like the system's already in place. We continuously start new businesses, and all the systems are there, so the team can continue to build on that. So yeah, I would recommend looking to build systems. And I know it's at first it's very confusing, like this creative system or all these kinds of things, but it gets a lot easier as you start to try to understand it, develop it. I'm by no means smart. I literally in school, like I was kind of like the dumb one. So it's just a matter of it's just a matter of developing systems. Denny, just really quickly, what question did you ask, Denny? I can't actually see your. Oh, about testing products, Denny, really quickly. Eason, favorite anime. I Right now, my wife and I are watching Hunter x Hunter again. Like that anime is just so good, so damn good. Yeah, I call it. Of course, man. Of course, it's like my goal is to help you guys along the way, and later on, like when I get situated here, I can't wait to share more about, like, I love like desktop setups and like tech, and like personal development. Like, what are some tips to do better, like perform better, at the gym, or at work, all that kinds of stuff. Yeah, Hunter is top tier. Honestly, it's so good. Okay, Denny, do you usually test products on a mono product store or a general store? Yeah, Denny, definitely don't do a general store anymore. Back before it might have worked, but now no way in heck is it gonna work. People are just smarter than that. So yeah, it's just not a good idea. I would rather you set up a branded niche store, right? That's what we do, right? So each specific niche, we have we test multiple products, but we make sure that it's all branded and nicely done. Khaled, I will get to your DM. So after this, I'll probably relax, for an hour or so, and then I'll go straight into doing all that. So I'll definitely answer you over the weekend for sure, my man. And if I don't, make sure you, just spam me. just send me a reminder. Okay. All right, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. There's a lot of content in this video, and I had a lot of fun. And just wanted to thank you guys for spending the time with me. Just as a last point, next week we won't be doing the public live. Again, we'll be in New York, so I won't be able to do that. But yeah, I look forward to continuing to do this every other week, and hope you guys stay safe, and I'll be continuing to post videos while I'm in New York. So appreciate you all. Make sure you like this so we can get this video out to as many people as possible and get this channel and grow this channel together. So appreciate you all, and have an amazing day. Danny, no, again, niche store, even for, sorry guys, I know I said bye, to find a winning product, you need to have a niche store. You need to have a good brand, a good branding design. So all right, guys, have a good one, have a good weekend. For those of you in the US, happy 4th of July for tomorrow. Hope you guys enjoy the celebrations. And Jay, I'm sorry, but I will make sure you watch the replay. There'll be 2.5 hours of amazing value. So if you guys are looking for product page descriptions, product page value, building, all of that is talked about in this video, and I'll try to lump it all together, kind of edit it out, so I can create a video for you guys as well, so you can go and find that one. All right, guys, make sure you like it, make sure you subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in 2 weeks, and I'll see you guys in the videos that I upload. Happy 4th. Bye, guys.